Hello, and welcome to the Daily Athenaeum's very first blind date show. I am your host, Ray LaPointe. Sorry, I am not Chris Harrison from The Bachelor, but our mission is the same, to help two people find love. Tonight, our bachelor Jacob will ask three lovely ladies some questions and select one of them to join him for an exquisite private multi-course meal here at Bourbon Prime on the Wharf. So without further ado, let me introduce you to tonight's bachelor.
Hi, I'm Jakob Janoski. I'm a junior journalism major here at WVU, and I'm very excited to be here.
All right, Jacob, tell me why you decided to apply for the blind date show.
Well, first off, I'm single. I think that's pretty obvious. And then I decided, I'm not doing anything February 10th, so why not do this? Seems like fun, and I could meet a lovely girl.
Awesome, Jacob. Love to hear that. Well, we hope we can help you find your dream girl tonight. Let's bring out those three lovely contestants. Contestant number one, say hi and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Ellis Daly, and I'm an exercise physiology major, minoring in psychology and aquatic therapy.
Awesome. Contestant number two, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Ashton Holland. I am a student here at WVU majoring in psychology with a minor in fashion merchandising.
And finally, last but not least, contestant number three.
Hi, my name is Carson Beans. I am a psychology major with a double minor in communications and leadership studies.
Thank you so much, ladies. Now, because this is a blind date show, our bachelor will be selecting his winner based off of her responses, and a grand reveal will happen once the bachelor decides on his date. Jacob, are you ready to find love?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you one more time. Jacob, are you ready to find love?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get started. Bachelor, it's all you.
All right. Question number one. We'll start with contestant one. This is for everybody. This is for all three of you. What do people say is your best personality trait? Contestant one.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm kind of outgoing, but also shy at the same time.
Contestant two.
I would just say I'm very caring.
Number three.
I think that I am really good at making people feel welcome and included.
Okay. All right. On to question two. We'll ask number one this one. If you and I were to go on a weekend getaway, where would we go?
Probably to a cabin to do something outdoorsy.
I like that. I'll ask this number three as well. What would you do?
I would say somewhere warm, maybe Arizona. I love to hike and be outdoors, so that would definitely be somewhere that I would want to go with you.
I'll post number two as well. If we were going to weekend getaway, where would we go?
This isn't really a weekend getaway, but I want to go to like Germany or France and to a castle. Just a castle. I don't know.
Interesting. No, that's a good thing. I like it. It's adventurous. We'll start with number three on this one. What are some deal breakers for you?
A deal breaker for me is someone who is mean to waiters and waitresses when we go out to eat.
All right. Number one, what would you say is a deal breaker?
I don't like when they're cocky. You gotta be polite to everybody and know your boundaries.
Okay, number two.
The most important thing to me is being like a Christian, strong in your faith. So if you're not, that's probably a big deal breaker for me.
Okay. For question number four, you gotta dig deep into your movie archive here. What movie would you choose to watch on a night in? We'll start with number one.
Oh gosh, I like comedies, anything funny.
Number three.
I would go with a classic. My favorite movie is Matilda, and I could literally watch that 100 times in a row, so that would definitely be the one I would pick.
And number two?
I was thinking Harry Potter maybe.
Okay. And for the fifth question, we'll start with number two. If you won the lottery, what would you do with the money?
A lot of different things. I would give it to some people, like my family and friends. How much money are we talking? Ultimate.
Let's say it's an average Mega Millions like 200 million.
Okay. Yeah, I would give it to some people. I would probably donate to some charities. I want to start my own business also. Clothing, that's what I really like to do, make clothing. So I would do that.
Number three.
I would definitely like to donate some of it and also give it some to my parents. That way they can pay off my college debt and maybe go on vacation I'm not sure. Autism, like awareness, is something that I'm passionate about. My brother has autism, so maybe like something around that I would like be interested in, like starting like a charity or an organization to benefit those on the spectrum.
All right, at this time we're going to take a quick break. A big thank you to Galloway's florist for the flower donations tonight. Don't they look nice? Get your special occasion or just because bouquets from Galloway's florist at gallowaysflorist.com. Thanks. Back to you, Bachelor.
All right, for question number 6, if I were to have a rough day, how would you go about making it better? We'll start with 2.
Well, I think it just depends on if you want to talk about it or not. I mean, if you want to talk about it, I'm obviously here to listen. If you don't, you can just, do whatever you want to get your mind off of it. Yeah, really, anything.
Number 1.
I would definitely give you some space, and then I'd see if you want to talk about it, and then try to take your mind off of it.
And number 3.
Those are great answers. I would say something similar. If you wanted to talk about it, like I'm a great listener, and maybe try and do something to take your mind off of it, get something to eat, or like play some games or something.
All right, number 7. You have to cancel your weekend plans because of the rain. What would you do instead? Number 3.
I would maybe try and like plan an activity in, something that we can still do that would be fun, and like make it like special even though like our plans got canceled.
Number 1.
Oh gosh, probably the same as her. Just like stay inside and still try to have fun.
And number 2.
I would read a book, definitely.
Okay. Would you try to reschedule the plans or try to make a new plan? We'll start with 1.
I would definitely try to still like stick with what we were trying to do, or like reschedule it for a later date.
Number 2.
I mean, yeah, I would try to reschedule it, as soon as possible, but if not,
And 3.
I would, yes, obviously try and reschedule it, but still try and make like our weekend and stuck in as fun as possible.
All right, number 8, preference here. We'll start with number 2 on this one. What is the cutest animal and what is the ugliest animal?
The cutest animal is my dog. He's a Coton de Tulier. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but because I didn't. But the ugliest animal, I don't want to say. But probably like any rodent. That's mean, but
Number 3.
I think that the cutest animals are monkeys. I think that they are so adorable. And for the ugliest, I would have to go with a naked mole rat, and they scare me.
And number 1.
Definitely the cutest animal's a dog, but the ugliest one are snakes. They freak me out.
What's your opinion on cats, number 1?
I'm not a big cat person, but if I were to like have one or take care of one, I would definitely do it.
Number 2.
I think it depends on the cat, really. I've met some nice cats and some mean ones.
Number 3.
Cats aren't my favorite either. I'm definitely a dog person, but I am still loving towards cats.
Good. I don't like cats either.
I was like, this could be a deal breaker.
All right, we'll start with number 3. How would you describe yourself in a relationship?
In a relationship, I am very open to like communication. I think that communication is key to like having a successful relationship. And I think that, as long as you're like having fun and you have respect for your partner, things should be okay.
Number 2.
Yeah, I agree. Communication's really big. Mutual respect is very big. Also, just, considering each other before doing things, I think is very important. I mean, there's a lot of important things, but communication is definitely probably the biggest.
And number 1.
Communication, as they said, honesty, trust, and then I don't like PDA too much, so when we're out in public, you gotta know your boundaries.
I can respect that. All right, number 10. Ooh, this is sad. We'll start with 1. You've been told that you only have a few months to live. What would you do?
Oh gosh, I just try to like do everything I could. Go see family, travel as much as I could, and just live my life.
Number 2?
I would try to do a bucket list, like in the movie A Walk to Remember. I don't know if you've seen that, but the girl has a few months to live and she does this like whole bucket list and full of just really, simple but like cool things. So probably something like that.
And number 3?
I agree with what they said. I think that traveling and spending as much time with family is definitely important, and I would try and have more time with my friends and stuff like that.
Time for another quick break. Tonight's sponsor and host, Bourbon Prime, which is located inside the Marriott Hotel. Check out Bourbon Prime for locally sourced food and seasonal ingredients. Give them a like or follow on Facebook and Instagram to find out when they'll be back in full swing. Back to you, Bachelor.
All right, for my 11th question I will be asking, we'll start with number 2. What sports do you like?
I really like tennis. That's what I've played all my life. Well, I've played a lot of sports, but football's okay too. Yeah, that's it.
What about you, Juan?
I'm actually a huge sports fan. I love them all. Volleyball's my favorite. That's what I play, but I also love football.
And what about you, 3?
Personally, I cheered in high school, but I love to watch football and basketball.
For my 12th question, if you could have a dinner date with anybody, dead or alive, with whom would you go with? We'll start with 1.
I have no clue. Probably Zac Efron. I mean, he's pretty hot. I don't know.
Number 3.
I'm stuck between Beyonce or Ellen DeGeneres. I love Ellen. I watched her show every single day after school when I was a kid, so I'm gonna go with Ellen.
I did that too. Number 2.
Trisha Paytas.
Who?
Trisha Paytas, she's just such a character. You'll have to look her up later if you don't know who she is.
All right, number 13. We'll start with 1. What is the cheesiest pickup line that you have?
Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
That's a classic. Number 3.
How much does a polar bear weigh? Is it enough to break the ice?
Number 2.
I don't have one. I have no idea.
All right. Question 14. What types of music do you guys listen to? We'll start with 3.
I listen to a bunch of different types of music. I love country and rap and pop and stuff like that.
Number 2.
Pretty much the same. I listen to a wide variety of music. I like country and Taylor Swift, pretty much.
Number 1.
I listen to pretty much anything, but mainly country, rap, and pop.
And for the last question, what is a common misconception that people have about you? We'll start with 2.
A lot of people think that I'm going to be tall, and I'm not at all.
Number 1.
I have no clue.
Number 3.
A lot of people have said that they think that I'm intimidating before they meet me. However, I am super outgoing and bubbly, so.
All right, The Bachelor has asked his last and final questions to his contestant. Now we're gonna give him some time. In the meantime, let's go back to another break. The Daily Athenaeum newspaper invites you to check out their website, thedaonline.com. Here you'll find local news and WVU-related content. Want to share your news with them? Submit your news tip directly to thedaonline.com. As always, let's go Mountaineers. All right, Bachelor, after all those questions and answers from our contestants tonight, have you made your final decision?
Yes, I have. After a solid deliberation period, I've chosen number 2.
Contestant number 2. All right, so now it's time for contestants number 1 and 3 to come on over and meet their bachelor. Contestant number 1.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Contestant number 3.
Hi, I'm Jakob. Nice to meet you.
And last but certainly not least, our winner for tonight, contestant number 2.
Hi, I'm Jacob.
Nice to meet
you.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Blind Date Show. We hope we can do this again next year. Thank you to all of our sponsors tonight, Galloway Florists and Bourbon Prime and the Daily Athenaeum. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
I had a lot of fun. I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much, but I had a blast, I'd say.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be, so.
That's all I got.
We have made it to the end of the Daily Athenaeum's very first Blind Date Show. Stay tuned for the next episode where Jacob and his winning contestant Ashton enjoy a private dinner hosted by Bourbon Prime inside the Marriott Hotel. I've been your host for this event. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned.